Good morning, everyone. I suppose ChosunNinja here again. This morning, topic of my video is I want to talk about some of the, or clarify, if I will, some of the differences between traditional Japanese Kenjutsu styles and what is being practiced today as far as sword arts in Korea and by Korean martial arts practitioners, um, which I refer to as more uh, sword, modern sword art, in the sense that it's not really based in uh, practical combat application, in the sense that we're talking about something that's really designed to impress people as opposed to kill someone. Uh, Traditional Japanese martial art, or traditional Japanese Kenjutsu, for example, is rooted in battlefield tested martial arts and is designed for one purpose, and that is to kill an opponent with a sword. What I'm going to do is, rather than sitting here talking a lot, I'm going to show you some video clips that I've taken off of a couple of different sites in YouTube, um, and show you a comparison between traditional battlefield tested sword martial arts and something that was designed purely for show. Now, Greg Park recently put out some videos depicting him doing 180-degree jumping spinning cuts and 360-degree jumping spinning cuts. This is totally to impress his young viewers. It has no application in battlefield combat whatsoever. If somebody were to do this in a real sword fight, their opponent would see it coming from a mile away and would likely kill them before their sword ever came close. So it's purely to impress. There's no battlefield application. If anybody knows anything about combat, they know what I'm saying is true. It's common sense. You do not turn your back to your opponent even for a second when they're holding a 30-inch razor blade. It just doesn't make any sense to do that, because if you're in a sword fight with someone, you're most likely dealing with somebody who is skilled with a sword. Otherwise, they wouldn't be carrying it. So to jump and spin around and put your back to your opponent just doesn't make any sense from the perspective of a combat martial art. So anyway, without any further ado, I'm going to show you a couple of video clips. The first one is of an individual who, like Greg, is practicing with a sword simply to impress you. That's it. There's no, well, actually, he's doing it to impress judges at a tournament, a kata tournament. And that's all it is. There's absolutely no battlefield application to what he's doing. And it is purely a kata form. And it's actually a lot more dramatic and flashy than what Greg does, but it's basically along the same lines of the motivation behind doing it. The second one is of traditional Japanese Kenjutsu in actual application with an opponent. And this is the true test of a sword skill, is if you can go up against an opponent who's equally skilled and be able to defend yourself. That is the true test. Cutting bamboo or cutting tatami omote mats, that's all fine and well. But those things don't move. They don't have swords of their own that they're attacking you with. That in itself is really only a test of a person's ability to cut something with a blade. It is not a test of somebody's ability to actually defend themselves against somebody with a blade. Anyway, you'll see here, this is the first one. Now this is the second one with the traditional Japanese kenjutsu, so you can see the difference. Okay, so now that you've seen these two styles put together, um, it should be fairly clear to any intelligent person that the first one was designed purely for the purpose of impressing people. Because if this person were to do this in an actual sword fight, they'd get themselves killed. And the second one was purely based upon techniques that were tested in a battlefield to kill another person. Now, Greg's videos, as far as his cutting, I don't have any problem with that. But what I do have a problem with is him insinuating that this is real ancient ninjutsu or kenjutsu or whatever it is, when it's not. Uh, People who were defending themselves in the battlefield would not do this kind of stuff. It would not make any sense. They'd get themselves killed. Uh, what it is simply forms that are designed or skills that are designed to impress people, to make people say, wow, look how skilled he is, and win tournaments. That's it. Um, Many people these days develop, particularly if they're in the tournament circuit, they develop their own kata, their own forms that are not traditional at all, for the sole purpose of impressing judges. and that's it. Greg is developing his own style of martial art for the sole purpose of impressing 12, 13, 14, and 15-year-old kids on the internet. That's it. Because he's what I call an attention whore. He does this for the sole purpose of getting attention and making young people think that he's all that when he's not. I don't know if it's because he didn't get enough attention as a child from his parents or what, but it's certainly not something that I see as normal behavior for a person in their mid-40s. But you know what? Different strokes for different folks, I guess. But I just want everybody to realize that this is not traditional sword martial arts, what he's doing. It is a modern sword art that is very much emphasis on the art part of it. It is designed to be artistic. It's designed to be to impress people, like in an art show. But there's really no practical battle application to it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to bring up today. Have a good Saturday, and until next week.